Hey guys, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday evening. I hope everybody had a really fabulous weekend. There's so much that I want to share. I almost feel like I could come in here and just live on Instagram. What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody say where you are from and what's going on for you. So happy Sunday night. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, I've been getting so many messages from women in particular about health and just not feeling as good in their bodies and really wanting to take care of themselves. I had a client come and do what's called my wholeness package, like a celebrity experience where you spend the weekend with me, and we did a morning practice and the evening practice. We went through vitamins, we created movement, we went through blocks and really looked at what she's wanting and who she is and really creating those plans. And one of the things that I saw that I really wanted to speak to you guys about tonight before we head into this Monday and starting off the week. So what's up, guys? Tell me where you're from. It is so good to see you. It's so good to be with you. Let me know where you're from in the world and what's got you here right now. So I really wanted, in particular, there's a lot that I can talk about. You'll hear me talking tomorrow. There's a lot of juiciness happening on Instagram this week. I will be having my best friend Rachel D'Alto on. We'll be talking about relatable and conscious communication. I'm going to be doing Cosmic Tea with Dr. Olivia Audrey this week. What's up, Michigan? Abigail, hello, hello, hello. What I want to talk to you tonight about is really creating a powerful movement practice. One of the things that I speak into often is the power of movement and how I created a fit identity for myself. That I did not grow up being an athlete, but I became an athlete and I became a fitness competitor. And I have now teach that in everything that I do. Movement is a fundamental piece in transforming the mind. I specialize in reprogramming the subconscious mind so that you surpass your own limitations and become the unstoppable person, being that you are, right? Wholeness is returning to the truth of who you are before you ever thought you were less than, whether due to a number on the scale, a trauma, or a limiting belief. So I wanted to come in today and specifically to speak to movement. Why would you get up and take your pet for a walk and feed it first thing in the morning and give it fresh air and water, and you don't take care of yourself in the same way? Why is it that we're bottom of the priority list? One of the things that I always say, I don't want to lump myself in that category, because one of the things I am very, very good about making myself a priority, instead of phrasing things as, and especially for women, there's so much connotation around, well, it's selfish for me to take care of me. No, it's selfish for you not to. It is selfish for you not to, because as a result of you not being a priority, you will not be your best parent. You will not be your best partner. You will not be your best for the people that you work with. You will not be your best for the people in your life. Filling up your cup is what will make you your best. Coming at people from a depleted state makes you highly reactive and really judgmental, and most of all on yourself. But it makes it especially judgmental to those that you love most. So you're only giving your family, the people that you care about the most, a small percentage of you when you aren't taking care of you. So when we look at fitness, when we look at movement, I just want to let's just talk about it in the vein of weight loss, right? Guys, sitting on an elliptical machine for 45 minutes, first and foremost, the number that it tells you that you've burned in calories is not accurate. You need to slash that in half. You did not burn 450 calories sitting on an elliptical machine for 45 minutes. One of the things that I see happen that breaks my heart is women will be committed to movement and they're doing it because they also want to release weight and feel better in their body. However, then the weight loss doesn't come because their diet hasn't changed and because they think they're burning more than what they're actually doing. So then they tell themselves, oh, well, I can eat all the things because I worked out for 30, 45 minutes. I say this because educating yourself on what you're doing what works for your body, and what you're eating are the most important things that you can do for your health, for your longevity, for achieving your weight loss goals. I always say that working out has nothing to, like, if you're looking to lose weight, 90% of it comes to what you put into your mouth. 90% of it. Moving your body is just a plus. I honestly think moving your body should be a prescription that you get from every medical outlet possible. It is the cure for depression, anxiety, overwhelm, stress, feeling lack of motivation. If you don't feel energized and you are tired all the time, go and work out for a week. I guarantee you will have better sleep. I guarantee you will have better energy. I guarantee your moods will be better. And I guarantee that feeling of stuckness or not knowing your purpose or having a lack of clarity will be cleared right up, right? So movement is like a magic pill, and it will support you in all areas of your life. So I always say to people, meet yourself where you're at, instead of like, oh, I'm not working out at all. And I cannot tell you the number of women that have said to me, I've now coached thousands of women. I've been doing this a very long time. I've coached thousands of women. I won International Natural Body Federation in the best body division. This was now 10 years ago. I recently published a photo of myself, and all these people are going, are you back and competing? I'm like, no, I've sustained a very similar body. Obviously not the exact same physique as when you're competing, but I can fit in the same clothes, and it's not from dieting. I don't believe in dieting. It's from doing the things that I teach, and it's from the identity that I created. So much of why people lose weight and gain it back again, and why the dieting industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and why 99% of people lose weight and gain it back again, is because they never changed their identity. When I have so many women that go, Melissa, I'll do your program, but I'm never going to work out. I will never move my body. They end up being the ones that run marathons, do challenges, are doing like fun mud runners, whatever. What are those? What's the thing where you're like in the mud? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I always wanted to do one, but I have fun mudder, something like that. Anything that's like weird and like where you're wearing like a tutu and running in the mud and like, yeah, doing like barricades and like all these random things. I'm totally like, yeah, let's do one. I say this, oh, thank you. So this is so generous. Thank you. Love this so much. I'm so happy. And let me know any questions you have. But I say this, guys, because you have to create a fit identity. Let me explain. And I also have an entire YouTube video on this, and I also have a podcast where I spoke into this because I'm so passionate about it. Your identity has to change. We don't have bad patterns and habits and self-sabotage ourselves because we don't like ourselves. Your mind is set up to keep you safe. Your mind is set up for survival. Your mind will keep you at the thermostat setting of your comfort zone. In order to be and in order to have and to do things you've never done, you have to do things you've never done. You have to be the person that you've never been. This is why enlisting in coaches and having mentors and people who have done it will take you there, right? You can't expect yourself to take you there. That's why accountability is so helpful, right? And having that support. I'm not saying that as a plug to like, oh my God, coaching world, none of that. You can have accountability and support from your family members, from your best friends, from your pet. Like you can enlist whoever you want. And if you feel called to work with a specific person, follow that calling. Now, I will say that it's so important that you recognize, and one of the things that I love to do is I love to do things that are super uncomfortable. I change my career all the time. I've been a fashion designer. I've been an actor. I write. I do my podcast. I have my wellness business. I'm always changing my career. I was in the fashion industry for like 10 plus years. I've done jewelry design. I'm always doing different things. Why? Because I like to challenge myself. When I get to a certain level of success, I like to make myself super uncomfortable and start at the bottom again. Not everybody's cup of tea. It's just my jam. It's a crazy jam, but it's my jam. Other things I will say is in order to get to where you want to be, you've got to do the opposite of what you've done. If you know that diets haven't been working for you, please stop the diets. If you know that going to the gym doesn't motivate you, then don't go to the gym. Get a Peloton, go on YouTube, look up some videos that you like. Try ClassPass, do Gym Pass, and try other gyms. There is no excuse in this day and age to not be able to find some form of movement that you like, right? But you have to put yourself out there and try different things. Honestly, guys, you have to get around the excuses. If you're always making an excuse, well, I just don't like to move my body, or I just feel uncomfortable in my weight. Everyone is always starting somewhere, right? Like if you've been following me, you know I hurt my knee. I wasn't able to do more than like walking for almost like 8 weeks. I ended up healing it, right? So you change your identity by doing the opposite of what you've done. You change your identity by creating a new identity. So Abigail, for example, what would you want that to be for you? You know, an exercise that I love is make a list of all the limiters that you put on yourself, that you tell yourself you can't do. What are all the lies that you tell yourself? Oh, well, I'm just not an athlete. Oh, well, I'm just big boned. Oh, well, I'll just never have that body. It's genetics. Oh, well, you know, we just struggle with weight in my family. Oh, well, money is, you know, it's hard, you know, this, or I never really make more than blah, 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 or I have a 9-to-5 job. So how would I ever okay. So one of the mantras that I always share with my clients is the only limitations that exist are the ones that we allow. And the only excuses that exist are the ones that we create. Bottom line. Any limitations or excuses that you have, that's what you tell yourself. That's what your ego is saying to keep yourself in your comfort zone. That's it. So if you want to get out of your comfort zone, do the opposite of what you've done. When I want to stretch myself, I say, okay, Melissa, well, what have you been doing that isn't working? So right now, I guarantee Abigail and anybody else, tell me a goal that you want, and I'm going to ask you right now, what are 3 ways that you are getting in your own way? And I guarantee it will come to your mind right now. What are 3 ways that you're getting in the way of making more money? What are 3 ways that you are getting in the way of love? What are 3 ways that you are getting in the way of your ideal body or ideal health? You will know right away. Your mind will come and go, okay, well, I'm staying up too late. I'm not organized. And I haven't been saving money, right? Or like I spend without thinking. You will know. So what is my mantra? In order to get to where I want to be, I've got to do the opposite of what I've done. If what you've been doing hasn't been working, wouldn't doing the opposite help you get to where you want to be? If you see me eyeing something, it's because there's a freaking mosquito in here. And I moved to Florida, and I'm telling you, as a California girl for the past so many years, I'm not from California. Okay, I know I look like a crazy person, but I'm telling you, they love me and they bite me all the time. And there's one in the house. Am I serious? Yes. I need it to go away. I'm like Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna like kill it. I honestly, because I will find like all these bites. Okay. Time, money, husband. Great. Lillian, great. So I love that you just brought up time. Then you're somebody that always says, I don't have enough time. You want to know people that say that they don't have enough time. It is the number one thing. First off, humans created time. God didn't create time. Universe didn't create time. We created time. Why? Why would we create time? Why would we also say that we need to be in a church in order to pray? Why? We also created money. Like all the things that we fight about in our country and in the world are all constructs that humans have created. We've also created a lot of beautiful things, but time is energy. Time is what you make it. Time is a perception. Time is the reality that you choose to have. So I always work with my clients and share with them about compressing time, about quantum leaping. These are all the things that I teach in my programs, but about really expanding time. You can expand time. So I really, really want you to see that time is just a construct of the mind. If you are repeating all the time that you don't have time, you won't ever have any time. Just try it tomorrow. Tell yourself, I have more than enough time. Oh my God, I have so much time. I'm done everything I need to do by 3:00 today. And repeat it all throughout your day and watch what happens. Just do it and DM me and watch what happens because it'll work. It always does. It's like magic. That's what the universe is. Magic. So let's be honest, what is time? When we are constantly saying we don't have enough time, it is your perfectionist that's robbing you of the joy that you could be having. It's also the perfectionist who's hiding in fear. There's only two human emotions that we ever operate from: love and fear. Only two. And that exist in the world. Two human emotions. One is you are completely aligned with the consciousness of the divine. That would be love. And the emotions that are under that umbrella is everything is possible. Everything is always working out for me. I am a miracle. My body is a miracle. I can do anything that I desire. I love my life, and my life is always working out for me, right? And I have more than enough money than what I need. I am happy. I'm glowing. I'm vibrant. I'm radiant, right? Like everything. I have possibilities. I have endless possibilities and opportunities, and money comes to me with ease, right? Now, on the flip side, fear. What are the emotions with fear? Well, if everything under love, there's only two human emotions, love and fear, and everything under love is aligned with the divine, then everything under fear is aligned with what? The ego, the human mind, the part of you that got created based off of projection, human experience, limitation, and beliefs that were placed on you by society, culture, and family dynamics that you started to make your own. Now, why do I say this? Well, beliefs are nothing more than a thought on repetition that you turned into a belief because you said it so often to yourself. But often our beliefs they are projections of other people's views of us. And like I said, society and culture. And then there are things that we took on about ourselves. Just like I was told that I was bad at math, I believed for a long time I was bad at math. I wasn't bad at math. I had ADD and was part dyslexic. Truth is, I'm fantastic at math. I run my business. I've run multiple businesses, and I'm great at math. But I had to change the story. I also had a belief that I wasn't an athlete. I was a fitness competitor. I won. I am an athlete. You can put me in any arena and I can hold my own. From golf to dance to yoga to Pilates to rock climbing to hiking to paddleboarding to surfing. I will be able to hold my own. But that was a belief that I created. I had to change who I was because I was not. You can talk to any of my high school friends and it was like a joke. Me and in the sports arena, I played sports, but I was not good at sports. But that was also a limiting belief that I had. My brothers were the ones that were good at sports. I put myself in a category that I was not because it was never really celebrated that I was, right? As children, our subconscious stops forming after the age of 8. So all of the beliefs that we have about ourselves are really from birth, from the womb until age 8. And anything thereafter is a combination of what we are told, right? We're seeking out creating our identity. So we're looking to others to go, oh, I am pretty. Oh, I am enough. Oh, I am athletic. Oh, I am good at sports. Well, our society is based off of, you got an A, let's judge you. Let's judge you in sports. Let's judge you by this. Let's judge you by that. And determined on what these other humans decide to give you will determine what you think you are about yourself, right? So that's really all that happens. So all we do now and everything I do in my coaching practice is working to get you back to the truth of who you are, to get you back to wholeness, getting you back to that aligned state before you ever thought you were less than, to really identify who are you now, what is it you really want, what are you excited by, and let's break out of the mold that we've created around ourselves that was never us to begin with. It's all bullshit. So you get to go, wait, why do I even think that? I want you to start questioning your own beliefs. I want you to start questioning, why are you limited in love? Why are you limited with time? Whose voice is it? Because it's not yours. It's not yours. Right? Why would you ever tell yourself you're limited by time? It's not your higher self. Your higher self knows the life that you're destined for, knows what your ideal body is. Your body wants to be at its ideal weight. It does not want to carry around excess weight. It's just more work that it has to do. Have you ever seen those dogs that you're like, oh man, your owner feeds you way too much, and they've got, it's 90 degrees out and they're just their tongues hanging out, their extra weights hanging. You're like, man, that must suck, right? Your body wants to be its ideal weight. We really don't need that much food. Your stomach is the size of a fist. That's it. How much food do you need to put in there? Not very much. but we've conditioned ourselves to think that we need these oversized portions. Do you know how many people tell me they're like, oh, I need to eat before my workout? And I'm like, are you a marathon runner? Are you going and doing a 10-hour triathlon that like training that I'm unaware of? Because if it's going to sit in a gym or do a 30-minute bike ride or a walk or a jog, you do not need sustenance. Especially if you're looking to release weight, you want to go off of fat stores. You don't want to go and eat fat before you go to work out. Like when people are like, oh no, well, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I mean, I have my avocado toast and then I had my matcha latte and I'm like, what are you trying to like gain weight before you lose it or just feel sick? Like, I'm not understanding like where you read that's like, why would you ingest fat? And then they're like, no, but I wait 30 minutes. And I'm like, stop. Now all you've done is make it so that now when you do work out, your body is pulling off of the food that you just ate. Now, if you have been doing like intermittent fasting and haven't eaten for like 20 some hours and you feel like, oh my God, my blood sugar level is so low. But in essence, we get energy when we move our body. You do not need, the worst thing you can do is ingest fat before you're working out. And especially if you want to burn through fat, it's like what we don't want to do. I can do a whole thing and I will be doing a 30-day weight loss program because I've gotten so many messages about it that I'm like, okay, we're just going to hang out for 30 days. It's going to like revamp you. So keep your eyes peeled. If that's something you want, DM me and let me know and I'll put you on the list. It will be just a live 30-day, like redo the body, got to reset. But like there's stuff, we just got to get some clarity here. But let's get back to fitness and fit identity. I want you to create an identity. So when we were talking earlier and I said, in order to get to where you want to be, you have to do the opposite of what you've done. So right now, if I said, let's just stay on the vein of weight loss. What are 3 ways that you're getting in your own way? I'm eating late at night. I'm not prepping my meals. I'm really inconsistent with workouts. Okay, well, if you just change those 3 things, don't you think you'd release weight? Like, we've got to simplify things. Instead, everyone's like, I love all the hearts, guys. Thank you. I'm like, yes. But we have to simplify things. Thank you so much. Because it's like we overcomplicate. Stop with the keto. Stop with the paleo. Stop with the intermittent fasting. Stop. Eat clean. Eat whole foods. What are whole foods? You can pick them from the ground. Get away from things in boxes and bags. Eat your meals. Wait until you're really hungry. You want to know when your cravings go away? When you stop constantly eating sugar. Sugar is carbs. That's it. I'm not talking about vegetables and I'm not talking about fruits. Okay, and yes, there is such a thing as too much fruit can go to fructose and it ferments in the belly and blah, blah, blah. We don't even need to go there right now. Let's just get you into a movement practice where you enjoy being in your body and you start dialoguing with your body. No more my head's here and my body's there and I'm not going to look at my body and I hate my body, but I want my body to change and it won't change and my menopause, blah, 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 my hormones and then this. Do you know how many people come to me and they're like, my hormones, it's all my hormones. And then I look at their food and I go, this has nothing to do with your hormones. I'm like, yeah, your hormones might be getting messed up because of all the dairy. But aside from that, there were 39 unexplained hormones in dairy found in the United States alone last year. And then we wonder why our hormones are out of whack and women and autoimmune disease. And then oat milk. Can we just talk about this? I mean, oats are given to horses to get fat. Why would we think bringing lectins and oats into our coffee would be a thumbs up? It hasn't, as a nutritionist, it's not connecting. People are always like, I'm so surprised you don't love oat milk. I'm like, why? It's the same thing when kombucha, I'm like, it's sugar in a bottle. Like, I'm not understanding why. I mean, maybe here and there if you want to have some, but like, why would that? Or like acai bowls. People are like, don't you just love acai bowls? I'm like, it's a bowl of like 30 different fruits and 5 different things of fat with granola. It's a healthier version of ice cream, but with even more calories. Like, I'm like, again, I'm so confused on the thought processes, but this is what marketing and the FDA does to get people confused. Just like when they put whole foods, whole grains, all natural. Guys, none of these are FDA regulated terms that mean anything. None of them. They don't mean anything. If anything, it means, hi, we've taken all the good nutrients out of the food that you're about to give to your children. And yeah, we're hoping that you'll get addicted because then you'll give more money to Kraft and Nabisco, which is what pays the FDA. But that's all right. I digress. I'm going to get in so much trouble. This video might not make it. Might get banned. Oh, well, if it helps somebody, then that's the reason why I'm here. Okay, so I've given you guys a lot of random nuggets. I want to know who's going to move their body tomorrow. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know if you want to get up with me. I will start doing workouts on here if it helps anybody. And I want you to be with your body. Guys, this is your temple. It's the only one you got. You want to age backwards? Is anybody like on the aging backwards bandwagon with me, right? Like, I love when people are like, oh my God, really? I thought you were 10 years younger. I'm like, that is my point. I am a walking advertisement. No, I mean, I am, but I do say that as I compliment myself. I say this because that's what it's all about, right? Like, I want to be that hot grandma and great-great-grandma and great-great-great-great. That's like, they're like, who's like 90-year-old with all the energy? And I'm going to be like, yeah, right. Because I want you to really get food is medicine or poison. What do you want it to be? It can heal you or it can hurt you. But I'm telling you, your body wants to work with you to be at your ideal weight and to heal. It wants to be at your optimal health. So you need to work with it. Ignoring it, being mean to you, talking ill to you, and not even looking at yourself in the mirror is basically saying, hi, soul, I choose not to connect with you today. But I'd really like it if you could give me guidance and help me to feel my best. And no, you have to connect with yourself. You have to be in partnership with yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to be in that space with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So cravings, comfort, and habit get in the way of me eating more food than my body needs. So again, and I will do a whole video. If you guys want, I will do a whole video just on cravings because there's 2 types of cravings, head cravings and heart cravings. I'll do a video tomorrow. I will come in tomorrow. We will do a live together. Come join me tomorrow. I'll come in tomorrow at, I have my stand-up comedy class tomorrow. Seriously, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. What time can I come in? I'm trying to give you guys time to join me live. Are you guys better in the mornings or afternoons? Mornings, afternoons, or evenings? Let me know in the comments. What times are you better? And I will come in here. And thank you so much for all the love. Like, you guys are the best. So comfort and habit. So again, Abigail and anybody else that's like, my cravings, comfort, and habits get in the way. You have to want to feel better more than you want the food. The comfort, all that's happened with you, honey, and anybody else. And I just say this, guys, this is my specialty, food, psychology of eating, the psychology of self-sabotage, and reprogramming the mind and working on from the first starting the pillars of wellness, connection, body, mind, health, soul, spirit, right? Got to go in these. So that's why everything I do is holistic. I insist the mosquito is like on my thigh. It's not. I'm getting crazy. What I want to tell you, I always say, if you've struggled with your weight for more than a year, you don't have a weight issue. You have a relationship with food and a lack of one with yourself. I know that's like, ooh, ouch. I totally get it. I had that when I had this epiphany sitting in my New York City apartment, and I was like, how did I gain the weight back after my fitness competition? And like, what just happened here? And I'm like already trained in this, and I can transform bodies, and I did my own, and why am I eating alone and not like emotionally eating? And I was like emotionally eating Quest bars, like protein bars that like were filled with more like erythritol. Like my stomach was like a gastric knot of like, right? Like, and I was just like, something like, this is not healthy. This is like, I'm more looking forward to me eating alone than I am like being out in the world and living my life. And that was the problem. I wasn't in a relationship with myself and I wasn't living my life. And I was actually, and I always say, I was in a relationship with food. So food was filling a lot of voids for me. Food was my comfort. Food was, now you might be going like, oh, well, did you like not have friends? Were you not in a relationship? Like what? No, I had a great life. I had just won a fitness competition. I was going back to school for nutrition. I also had a side business. I was also a fashion designer. I was sent around the world to trend shop. Like I had every girl's dream job, right? Like I had tons of friends, come from a great family, like everything on the outside. What was missing was me. Why do you think I teach wholeness? If you ever want to know what somebody struggled with as a coach, look at what they teach, and then you'll see what they had to overcome. So I had to become whole. I had to want to be in this body. I had to love this body. I had to look at those parts of myself that wanted to numb out with food, that had learned to find comfort and safety and love through food instead of through myself. See, when we learn at an early age, no matter what happened to you, and even if this happened for you later in life, right? I had a client that lost her father due to cancer, and it really got her into some unhealthy eating habits. And as he was struggling with cancer, she created a really unhealthy habit where she ate a lot of food at night. And she found herself extra like 40 pounds. And then she even found herself night eating in her sleep, and like different things that end up manifesting from these unmet emotions and these parts of ourselves when we don't go into healing. And then, she lost her father, but just like never really dealt with it and went right back into running her business. Then she found herself waking up in the middle of the night eating, which you might be like, what? It's very common. I've worked with a lot of people in that space. And I say this because, guys, where we have an unmet need or desire, it will find a way to get its needs met. And if you have a part of you that hasn't allowed itself to be expressed, or a part of you that has gone unhealed, a part of you that's sad or angry or frustrated, it will show up and it will manifest as illness or as a bad habit or emotions that just kind of come out and are highly reactive. And you might be like, what is that? That's why I'm so committed to the work that I do. That's why I have my Awakened Woman retreat that's coming up. We have 4 spots left, by the way. If one of you want that, this is all about taking your mind, body, health to the next level. And doing that, and trust me, you will leave after that 3 days being like, I am clear, I am ready, and I know what's going on. So if you want to join that, it's the Awakened Woman Retreat. You can go to the link in my bio. I believe we have 4 spots. And so I say this because, if you're sitting there, thank you so much. If you're sitting there and you're going like it's habit, those habits will show up too because your comfort zone is with food. So here's the thing. Everyone always goes, well, I just want to lose the weight, so I don't understand what the problem is. Well, why? If your mind's set up for survival and your mind knows that when you're uncomfortable or sad or have had a good day or a bad day, you go and eat. And that's your outlet. Then your mind's going ding, 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 ding. Oh, we had a good day. We're going to go eat. Oh, we had a bad day. We're going to go eat. We're sad. We're going to go eat. We're exhausted. We're going to go eat. And that's the way that you filled those emotional gaps within yourself. Well, then you can diet for 30 days. You can even diet for a year and keep the weight off. But you will gain it back because you never actually learned how we emotionally cope with life. You didn't learn another way. So you're defaulting to those old ways. Do you guys get that? So you can lose weight. This is why people are like, but I lost it. And then I gained it back, but that diet did work for me. I'm like, no, the diet didn't work. And they're like, no, but it did because I lost the weight. And I go, then why are you with me? Because if it worked, you wouldn't need me again. And the diet would have worked. The diet didn't work because it didn't heal anything. Right? Do you see me getting all like, I'm like, I get so passionate because I'm like, oh no, I do not. It drives me nuts when I see one more person just struggling. And I'm like, don't let dieting take any more center stage of you and your life. Please don't allow. I look back at all the years I spent caring what people thought, trying to be a certain size, diet after diet, and then I'm gonna work out like this. And what is that person thinking? And if I could just lose even more, and if I was at this and that, it's like it was never enough. So my perfectionist, and it was like, oh my God, I missed out on so much of life because be happy, right? But happiness had to come from me being whole within myself and not thinking I'm deficient or needing something outside of me to be that. I'm not saying not to have goals. I'm not saying not to want to look good. Girl, I love to look good and I like to keep my body tight. And I've got huge goals and they get bigger and bigger. I never want to be stagnant. If each year I'm not going bigger and something new isn't in front of me, then what is my point of living? Right? Like I always want to go higher. So I say this though, because you also want to go, hey, I'm ready to nip this in the bud and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. You have to get to that point, right? I was on the phone with a client actually earlier, or a woman that wanted to work with me. And I'm like, honey, you're not ready. Because as I'm talking, she was going, well, you can't tell me I'm not going to give that up. And I was like, how bad do you want it? Now, this isn't about giving up anything because I don't believe in diets. But you have to be willing to do things differently. You have to be willing to look at yourself. You have to be willing to go to those places. You have to be coachable in order to change. If you don't want to change anything about your life, then how's your life going to change? If you're like, oh no, I want to get more done in less time. I want to do this. I want to do that. I have all these big goals. Okay, so you're going to get up earlier? Oh God, I already get up so early. I'm not doing this. If I have to get up earlier than then how willing are you? How willing are you to do the things that you want to do? I'm all about feminine energy. I'm all about doing things in a feminine way. Meaning I'm not about strive and struggle. I'm not saying the masculine is. We all have masculine and feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. But I am about, hey, clear intention plus inspired action will yield my desired result. I need to know what I want and the universe will meet me. But I have to take that first step. And all I have to do each day is take one step towards what I want and commit to it over and over, right? But you have to be willing. So what are you willing to do? Are you willing to do the opposite of what you've done to get to where you want to be? Write down those 2 goals that you are committed to for the next 30 days. What are 3 ways that you are getting in the way of those goals happening? Do the opposite. I guarantee you will get to where you want to be. All right, guys. Happy Sunday. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Please share this video with anybody you know that it would speak to and support in their journey to thriving in life in a body that they love. And here in love and service always, happy Sunday. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We will talk cravings. We will talk all the things this week. Each day this week, I will be with you with a new topic and a new video. And I hope that you'll join me. Share the love. I love you and have a beautiful and blessed night. Bye, guys.